Hey there, it's Patricia Young, and I'm here with Gracie, the one-eyed wonder dog. I don't know how much of her you can see. I want to talk to you today about the 4 core characteristics of being a highly sensitive person. This is all research that Dr. Elaine Aron did, and she came up with 4 core traits that really embrace being a highly sensitive person. And it spells out the acronym DOES, or depth of processing. HSPs, highly sensitive people, have a more active insula. I'm not really great on the brain stuff, and I don't have cheat notes in front of me, so I'm going to wing it. But it means that we are deep thinkers. We pause, we reflect, we want to think about things. On the negative side, we may have been told that we can't let things go, that we ruminate. And the reframe for that is that we're really deep thinkers. We take things in, we're great at troubleshooting, about forecasting. We may run a little bit on the anxious side, but that also means that we're really aware of things that are going on in our environment or things that could happen in the future. So D is depth of processing. O is overwhelm and overstimulation. Our nervous systems are finely tuned. Being a highly sensitive person is an innate trait. We're born with it. So it's not due to trauma, it's not due to wounding. It occurs equally among men and women. So with this overwhelm and overstimulation, because we're taking in so much information in the environment, it's not uncommon for us to get saturated. It's kind of like a sponge, and once that sponge is filled with water, it can't take in anymore. So overwhelm is pretty common if you're a highly sensitive person. There are lots of things that we can do to figure out how to manage the overwhelm and to kind of figure out how we can remove ourselves from a situation before that sponge gets too filled with water. But we take in so much, so it's not uncommon for us to need to have quiet time to come back and retreat, to recharge, to go into nature. The E is for emotional responsiveness or empathy. So we feel things very deeply. We feel positive things very deeply. We feel negative things very deeply. We also are very empathic, so we often know what other people are thinking. I'm not talking about mind reading, but we just are very tuned into people's feelings. We can go into a situation and know what people need to feel comfortable. Does the window need to be open? Is it too warm? Do they need a drink? We're just very tuned in, and so we often don't like being startled. We don't like watching the news, watching horror movies, things where animals or people get hurt. It's hard on us because we just respond to things much more strongly than a non-HSP would. And then the S is for sensitivity to sensory stimuli. So that can be in the environment because we're taking in so much more information. It can also be literal, strong smells, bright lights, loud noises, scratchy clothes, labels, seams in socks, waistbands that are too tight, clothes that are too scratchy. We just have finely tuned nervous systems, and so we're going to be much more sensitive to these things. It doesn't mean that we can't participate in life, that we can't go into venues where some of these things are going on, but we can learn how to manage it and to figure out what works for us and what doesn't work for us. I hope you found this helpful. Remember, sensitivity is nothing to apologize for. It's our superpower. Have a blessed day.